Hi, mathematicians. Today we are going to be talking about finding area by decomposing rectangles or completing composite figures to complete rectangles. Let's get into our I will statements.
Remember, your I will statements are your goals for this lesson. They are what we are trying to work on and learn more about throughout our time together today. As we continue on in our lesson, make sure you have your mind focused on these three things and showing them to your teacher. I will read the I will statement first, and then we will read it again a second time together. Make sure you're reading it nice and loudly so I can hear you, but no shouting necessary.
Let's read the I will statements. Listen to me first. I will break apart figures to make rectangles. Read that one with me. I will break apart figures to make rectangles. Listen as I read the second one. I will find the area of rectangles. Read that one with me. I will find the area of rectangles. And the last one. I will find the length of the unknown sides. Read that one with me. I will find the length of the unknown side. For our activity today, you are going to need a graph paper and a pencil. This does come with a template from your teacher, so be patient while it gets passed out and then play the video when you're ready. Draw the shape on your grid and shade it in lightly, but outline it so we can see the shape. How do we find the area of this rectangle? If we think about how to find the area of any rectangle, it's to multiply the sides. Now, can we find the area of the shaded figure by multiplying the side and length? Well, if I look at this, it's not a rectangle, but it is on grid paper, so we can count the squares inside. But I want to use multiplication to solve this area problem, just in case I don't always have a graph paper that's helping me out. When I look at the shape, I also notice that I can cut it into two slices. Let's draw a dotted line right through here. So we'll draw a dotted line. At the top, now I have a square. And on the bottom, I now have a rectangle. And I know how to find the area of a square and a rectangle. The equation for the square on the top, we're going to have to use its length, which if I count is 1, 2. And its other length, 1, 2. And multiply those together to get the area. We'll just say square. We'll just say units for right now. So square units. So the area of our top one is 4 square units. Let me zoom in for us to see that a little bit better. 4 square units. Now, when we look at the bottom one, our rectangle, I know how to find the area of a rectangle. We need to multiply the length times the width. So if I count, I have 1, 2. Remember, we split it in half, so I'm only counting these bottom two. 1, 2. And then let's count the other side of our rectangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we multiply these two sides together, we would get the area of our rectangle. 2 times 4 is 8. So 8 square units. Now I know the area of the top shape and the bottom shape, but we have to think about how we can put these two together. Well, putting two things together, I have to think, is that adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? We already multiplied. We're not splitting anything up for division, and we're not taking anything away for subtraction. So we must be adding. Let's add 4 plus 8 to get our total area for this shape. 4 plus 8 is 12 square units. So the total shaded area for this figure is 12 square units. Now that we have the area of this shape, we were able to break it down into two separate ones. We also can look at this shape or this shaded figure, and we can think about it like a 4 by 4 square. So if we took in this side, we could think of it as a 4 by 4 square. If we wanted to find the area of this shape now, 4 times 4, that would have gave us 16 square units. But remember, I filled that little space in up here. How many squares are in this little space? Count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. The area of this small space is 4. So if I subtract that from my 16, 16 minus 4. What's 16 minus 4, everybody? Call it out. 16 minus 4 is 12. Good. So that would mean our area checks out at 12 square units. So there's 2 ways you could have won at this problem. You're going to continue because sometimes you can even look at a composite shape and you can break it down into a rectangle and square. And instead of using units like we did, you may have something like centimeters that you may need to use to help you find specific lengths of your squares and rectangles and combine them to get your total square units of your weird shapes. Well, mathematicians, continue on to the next one with your teacher, and good luck. I'll see you guys soon.